All right, guys, what's happening? What's happening? Happy Friday to you. It is Friday, June 3rd, 2022. This morning, we're going to talk a little work ethic. We're going to talk about leaving it all on the field. Different areas of your life, you got to leave it all on the field, man, in every area, whether it's work, family stuff, anything that you do in your life. Make sure you're not half-stepping it. Make sure that you are doing the things necessary to put yourself in the position to leave it all on the field, to give it everything that you've got. We're going to talk about some of the pitfalls that you can experience and, where some of those things come from. That's what we're going to cover today. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, guys, what's happening? Happy Friday to you. Hope you guys are off to an awesome start this Friday. It is a beautiful but chilly morning here in Pittsburgh, so I got a jacket on this morning. And was reminded this morning when I put this jacket on, man, we got an event coming up, which I haven't talked a lot about with you guys or with anybody for that matter. We've been so busy that we haven't talked much about it. But we've got the Top Contractor School Inner Circle Retreat coming up here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, June 24th to the 26th here at Heinz Field, the home of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we've got some exciting stuff planned. It is always good to get the Top Contractor School family together. Many people on this stream are part of that family or definitely part of that extended family if you're not part of the immediate family. So excited for that, man. We've got a lot of things happening there, a lot of growth, a lot of new stuff, and some exciting people coming to join us at that retreat. Who are they? Well, you'll have to show up to figure that out because we're not going to market people in order to get people in the seats. If you want to be there, if you want to be part of the family, then you'll get some nice surprises and you'll get some cool people to hang out with and some cool people to learn from inside of that room. So with that said, leave it all on the field is the title for today. I was thinking about what to talk about this morning. And, so many times in the past 2 weeks, all of these titles and all of these shows and all the things that we talk about here in the mornings usually come from, something that's happening in my life or something that I see, things that I'm observing, and when I started thinking about some of the things that I see most often when I'm interacting with people one-on-one or in our coaching group or whatever that is, so many times I think about how much more people have to give. That may sound bad, but when I'm having conversations and I ask questions, I talk about, people's schedule, how disciplined they are. How are they using their time? How are they planning out a week? How are they planning out a month? How do they plan out a day? And, it gets to a point where I think to myself, well, I think there's probably more that this individual could be doing, or there's more that this person's team could be doing, or there's more that could be happening that, people somehow get to a point where they tell themselves this story that they're just capped out. There's no more that they could do. It's just all that I can handle to get this done. Right. And so, as I think about that, I start to think about the reasons why that is. And I almost always come to the same conclusion. I think that, the world that we live in today, there's so many people, and it happens to me all the time. I get people saying to me like, you need to slow down, right? You need to, take a step back, stop and smell the roses, slow down. And I mean, that doesn't affect me at all, right? But I could see how if you were tired, if you were exhausted, if you were frustrated, if you were any of those things, somebody giving you permission to slow down would make sense, right? It would give you permission to tell yourself a different story, and you would ultimately just shift gears. And that's what happens to a lot of people. And so the world, guys, is, looking to bring you back to the average because that's more comfortable for other people. It's extremely uncomfortable for other people that may not be progressing as fast as you are to be around people who are progressing that fast. And I want you to really think about that. If you are doing things and you are progressing and you are, maybe it's somebody that you work alongside, if you are crushing it at work, and somebody is sitting next to you and is not crushing it, there's two things that they could do. They can move faster or they can get you to slow down. Either one results in them looking a little bit better, doesn't it? And so for us, when we encounter those things, we have to just be aware of what's going on in the world and, how these people are interacting with us, why maybe they're saying the things that they're saying. And I don't suggest, by the way, that people are out there intentionally and consciously trying to harm you or trying to slow you down. They don't actually, most people don't realize what they're doing. They just do it naturally, subconsciously, because that's the world we live in, man. Everybody is trying to slow things down, make things easier, take the shortcut, if you will. I get that question probably more often than I get any question. Like, without saying it, people ask, what's the shortcut? How do I do this, faster, better, etc.? That's one question. The other question is, how do I shortcut the process? And I can tell you this. If you want a better life, if you want a better career, if you want, things to get easier for you at work, trust me, the hard way is how you get it. When you take the shortcut, when you take the easy way, life gets hard. When you take the hard way, life gets easy. That's just a fact. I mean, I interact with so many people that are winning at a high level, and every single one of them looks for difficult things to do. I think Keith Callaway Jr. is on here. That dude just ran 50 miles for no reason other than he wanted to, right? He signed up for a race and ran 50 miles, and he's ran longer, long distances other than that in the past. And those are the types of characteristics of the winners that I get to hang out with and work with. And when you think about that, why is it that people like Keith win at the level that they do? Well, they choose the hard way always. And they leave it all on the field. And they don't let anybody talk them out of what it is that they're trying to accomplish. And that's, guys, what's happening in the world, man. The world is so incredibly soft these days. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me just how often people believe the stories that people tell about all kinds of stuff that's like ridiculous, man. How do you think you're going to win the lottery, dude? That's your best chance outside of doing things the hard way to significantly improve your life. If you want to significantly improve your life, you got to put in the work. And I'm not talking about for a month or a week or even 6 months. I'm talking for an extended period of time, multiple years of hard work. That's what it takes, man. It takes multiple years of hard work and sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears to get where it is that you're trying to go. And it will not be easy. Anybody that tells you it will be is not telling you the truth. Probably just trying to get you to pay them because you might think they can make it easier for you. But that is not true, and it never will be. Nobody can make it easier for you. There is no way around the work. It's through. And so when you think about, are you leaving it all on the field? I would guess that the answer for almost everybody is there's always more left in the tank to give. And what is it that's stopping you from giving more? It's probably the distractions that exist in everyday life. It could be those people in your life. Sometimes it's the people closest to you. Your own family could be the challenge, right? You go home and people say, oh man, just take it easy. Slow down. Why are you doing so much? You should not do this or you should not do that. Those voices outside of your own, immediate world are a real challenge, man. And, I say this often to the people that I interact with and coach, be careful who you share your challenges with, because they don't know the whole story, right? They don't know the dynamics of, the people that you're working alongside, the vision of the company, everything that you know and learn by being part of an organization. Those people don't know that. They only know what you're complaining about. And of course, the people that love you are going to take your side and tell you to slow down. That's what people that care about you would do naturally, right? But the people that really care about you, the people that really want the best for you, they will tell you the truth. I have a buddy, Chris Saunders, who says, I got two kinds of friends. I got my feel-good friends and I got my real good friends. And the real good friends will tell you the truth. They'll tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And, when you are willing to leave it all on the field, when you're willing to block out the noise that exists, sometimes that noise is in your own head. Sometimes it's, from the people around you. When you are willing to do that, you can stay disciplined to a singular focus for an extended period of time. Success is undeniable. Ryan Austin is on here. Ryan and I were talking on my way into the office this morning. And I said, brother, I had no doubt that you were going to crush it this year, because it's the old quote that I use. Keith Calloway Jr. had it printed for me, and it hangs in my office at my house. It says, you absolutely cannot wake up every single day, do all the right things, and somehow get the wrong result. It's not how it works. If you wake up every day and you put in the work and you do that for an extended period of time, I'm not talking 7 days in a row. I'm talking about years, man. If you do that for years and you get the wrong result, you weren't doing the right thing. If you do the right things, if you do the things that have been proven over and over and over again to work for other people, you will 100% get a good result. And the people that tell you differently are lying to you. Straight up. I've never seen anybody do all the right things and get the wrong result. I'm not as old as some people, but I'll be 43 years old in 9 days. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people win, and I've seen a lot of people lose. And I can tell you what the difference is. Some people leave it all in the field, do all the right things. And some people say they do the right things, but if you really follow them around, you'll figure out what it is that they don't do. So leave it all on the field, guys. It's worth the sacrifice. I promise you that, man. Like, everybody has those thoughts in their head of like, man, is this going to work? I had that thought multiple times this week. We're going through a lot of transition and growth and things like that at the payment group. And I thought like, oh boy, it's getting hot in here, right? You got decisions to make. You got to figure out what to do. We're betting that we're going to win big. Everything's a gamble. Everything's a bet to some degree. There is no certainty. But if you wake up every single day, you do all the right things, it's impossible to get the wrong result. That's what we're betting on. We're betting on our team leaving it all on the field. How do we get them to do that? Well, we motivate them. We create a place that they can feel comfortable and appreciated and seen and heard. And then we coach and we tell the truth and we give feedback and we, treat people with respect and we try to do right by our customers. Most importantly, right? We do right by our customers. We do right by our employees, and we work our tails off. And at the end of the day, man, if you just keep showing up, amazing things happen. That's what it takes to win, guys. That's what it takes. Leaving it all on the field. What does that look like for you? You got to look in the mirror, man, and you got to say to yourself, today I did it. I checked the box. I gave it my very best. I left it all on the field. And if you can say that 6 out of 7, 7 out of 7 days every week, watch and see what happens to your life. But when you half-step areas of your life, you negatively impact your own self-confidence, your own self-worth, and that will compound. You are one decision away from changing your own life. And that decision is, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of not giving it everything I got. I'm sick and tired of disappointing myself, or I'm sick and tired of disappointing other people. It's a choice. When you decide that you're going to leave it all on the field and you actually make that decision, watch and see how your life changes. Nobody can take it away from you. What you learn, the skills you possess, the value that you bring to an environment, it's undeniable. Or is it? If you don't leave it all in the field, is your value undeniable? If you half step it some days, you don't give it everything you got, there's a whole, listen, the world is full of people that don't have a desire to be anything other than average. Do you want to be one of them? I would argue and guess that if you're watching this show, that's not in your interest. That you don't want to be average. It's hard, guys, to be exceptional. It's exhausting to be great. It is supposed to be exhausting. And if you don't frequently feel exhausted, then you are not leaving it all on the field. And I challenge you to think about what that means for your life. What it means for you 5 years from now. The success that you experience or don't experience today is because of what you did 60 days ago, 90 days ago, 120 days ago. It's not for what you're doing today. So, are you leaving it all on the field? Results don't lie, guys. I promise you. You get in the right environment, you put in the work, you do all the right things, the results don't lie. Your life will be different in 2 years from now than it is today in all the best ways. So this is Friday, guys. And as we always say here on this show, go out like a lion, don't go out like a mouse, man. Don't half step it today. Leave it all on the field. Do everything you got to do today. Check the box. Go into the weekend exhausted for what you accomplished this week. Make a decision. Just one day. Leave it all in the field. And then tomorrow, repeat the same decision. One day at a time. Watch your life change. Happy Friday to you guys. I will see you again Monday morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. I love you guys. Thanks for being here.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.